Good morning and welcome to our Friday wrap-up. We are joined with Carol Bassnight, Julie Wickizer,
Good morning.
and myself, Kenny Bradbury. Good morning. Julie, we're happy to be at your new office.
Thank you for coming to visit.
Absolutely.
Very excited.
Can you tell us a little bit about where you're located and...
So we're at 3110 Arendell Street, Suite 2. I recently went out on my own in June, so we're getting to about 3 or 4 months of being in this office, and we hit the ground running. It's been crazy, as I'm sure y'all know. And we're very excited to be here. I have a fantastic assistant. I have a fantastic part-time assistant, and we are just really hitting it over here.
That's awesome. We wanted to talk with you a little bit about, what you're seeing in the market.
Mm-hmm.
We know that this is a very aggressive market, Carol.
Absolutely. Crazy.
And how can a seller and a buyer be more prepared to come to the closing table?
I really think that communication is going to be key. Communicating with the realtors, communicating with the lenders, and communicating with the closing attorneys. There's a lot going on. Every closing attorney is slammed, just like y'all are.
Yeah, we're having to push out dates for people because of not being able to get a closing schedule.
Right.
And how far out are you, Julie?
We're booking, so right now I think we're booking about the end of October, and we've already started booking the beginning of November. We've booked into January already.
Wow.
So it's there's a lot going on out there. It's also important to remember that lenders are slammed as well. So there's appraisers that are backed up. So it's getting those appraisals in and just everyone kind of working together. As I'd like to remind my assistant, our calendar is fluid. So it's what we think is going to happen next week is not what's going to happen next week. So we just have to kind of go with the flow and just manage to get everybody in and get them all closed.
Well, we appreciate your flexibility.
Absolutely, because that's what makes a difference to us as a realtor and to our clients, because nothing goes as planned.
Right.
And one topic Carol and I wanted to hit on this morning is what is the difference of coming to the closing table and signing versus actually being on record and actually having access to your property?
So we get that a lot. I have people who come in, they sign their loan documents, and they say, we're owners. I said, not quite yet. So what we have to do on our side is we have to update the title. So we make sure that the, in the past week since we did our title search, or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, that no liens have been filed, that they didn't go down the street to another attorney and sell the property yesterday, and just make sure the title is clear, because you obviously want to make sure what you're buying is clean title.
Absolutely. So many times you have a buyer come to closing and they think they have access with the keys and they want to instantly enter the property.
Right.
And as agents, we need to do a better job
of communicating to them exactly how it works. And about how long does that take after to get it recorded?
So we try to get everything recorded that afternoon by at the latest 4 o'clock. So at least it's same business day, so they can get moved in and get settled in.
And speaking of coming in to close, how does that work now with COVID?
So we are, one of the great things about this town is the real estate attorneys are a good group and we all support each other. So we all keep in contact with each other, make sure we're all kind of on the same page as following the COVID guidelines. I think I told y'all are some of the only realtors to have even been in this room, because we are not allowing realtors or lenders into closings. We're keeping it to a bare minimum. So if it is a cash closing, we ask that you wire the money, scan us a signed copy of the HUD. You don't ever have to come in our building. If it's sellers, we ask that either you mail us back the seller docs, or if you're going to come in, you'll spend about 2 minutes up at the front counter and then you're done. Buyers coming in, they bring a mask in and they'll sit down with us. We try to get them everything ahead of time so that there's no questions. We're not dragging out the closing. We're in and out of here in 5 to 10 minutes.
So you've really streamlined the process.
We have streamlined it, and everybody seems to be enjoying that.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a lot of changes after this.
Absolutely.
Some of the good things.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, make sure that if you're looking to sell or purchase and you have an upcoming closing, that you contact Julie Wickizer at 3110 Arendell Street.
Suite 2.
Suite 2 in her new office. So speaking of Friday wrap-up, let's talk a little bit about the market this week, Carol. What's the difference from last week?
Well, last week we had 79 new listings, and this week we have 83. Last week we had 84 closed, and that's gone down to 68, and pendings 114, and pendings this week are 91. So you can see that drop in pending is gonna follow by a drop in closed, which is typical for this time of year. But when you compare this year to last year, the number sold is up 36% for condos, and overall, the number is up 22%. And as far as the number under contract, Kenny, for condos, we've got up 44%.
See,
And
that's huge.
and land,
This will blow your will blow your mind.
yeah, land is the number sold is up 45% this year compared to last year. We've sold 253 lots, and we sold only 174 last year.
So huge
So,
increases. So yeah.
that keeps Julie very, very
Yes,
busy.
Yes, it does. I appreciate that.
And we appreciate you all joining us this morning, and have a wonderful weekend.
Yes.
Thank you.
See you
Happy
guys.
Friday.